Welcome to this explainer. Okay, I want you to picture a really high-stakes scenario. You're standing right behind the front desk, and the lobby, it is completely packed. Suddenly, a deeply stressed, exhausted guest just marches right up to you and starts screaming about an overbooked room. Their face is red, their voice is literally echoing off the marble floors, and everyone is staring at you. Your heart rate is spiking, right? So, what do you say? How do you actually regain control of the room? Well, today, we are going to look at the exact blueprint for handling this.
Okay, let's dive into this, because the answer to that question might actually surprise you. We're not going to talk about psychological mind tricks or complex negotiation strategies today. Nope, we are going to look at English grammar. That's right, grammar. In this explainer, we're framing elementary A2 level English grammar as the ultimate practical tool you need to completely tame that exact screaming customer scenario we just imagined. Believe it or not, the specific words you choose and the tense you use can literally de-escalate a crisis.
Here's our roadmap for mastering this. Human brains absolutely love the rule of three, so we're going to break this down into three core pillars that perfectly track the chronological timeline of a customer conflict. We've got the customer service challenge, and then our three pillars: showing empathy, formal apologies, and finally, immediate solutions.
So let's kick things off with Section 1, the customer service challenge and mapping out the interaction.
And this brilliantly illustrates the path you need to take, the active listening conflict loop. Think of this as your absolute safety net. First, a guest complains, right? Step 1, you validate their feelings. You have to do this first. Only after that do you move to Step 2, which is gathering data by asking for details. And finally, you reach Step 3, propose a fix. This loop is exactly how an interaction safely moves from a state of really high, volatile emotion to a calm, final resolution.
That brings us perfectly into Section 2, Pillar 1, showing empathy. This is all about validating the customer. Go ahead and say this anchor phrase out loud with me. I understand your frustration, sir or madam. Really practice the vocalization of that empathy. Saying I understand in the simple present tense is incredibly powerful. This specific phrase immediately creates an assertive yet completely calm communication environment. It instantly signals to the guest that, hey, you are on their side.
So, once you've properly validated them, you can use these exact formulas to seamlessly transition into gathering data. You might say, I see the problem clearly. Let me check that for you. Or, I am sorry to hear that your room is not ready. Now notice the shift in approach here. You move from validating straight into polite, assertive questions to get the exact details. Things like, could you explain what the exact problem is? Or, could you tell me what happened, please? You see what you're doing. You are steering the ship now, firmly but politely.
But look, here's where so many professionals go entirely wrong, and it is a massive pitfall. Jumping straight to the solution without validating the customer's feelings first, that puts you right into the danger zone. Think about it. If a guest says their room is dirty, and you immediately respond with, I will send housekeeping, they are going to feel completely ignored and rushed. It's like you're brushing them off. You must always, always validate first. Use I understand before you even think about trying to fix it.
Now let's move our timeline forward to Section 3, Pillar 2, formal apologies. This is where we talk about apologizing on behalf of the entire company.
There's a very clear contrast we need to make here. Maintaining a professional, structured tone is absolutely paramount. Casual reactions like my bad or just a quick mumbled sorry, those must be avoided at all costs. Professional hospitality settings require polished formulas like we apologize for. That kind of structure and formality shows the guest that the entire company takes their issue seriously, not just the one person standing at the front desk.
Now, what's really interesting about this formula is how we use it specifically for physical problems or administrative inconveniences. When you're apologizing for a noun, like an object or a specific issue, the setup is simply subject plus apologize for plus the noun phrase. For example, we apologize for the delay with your transfer bus. The delay is the noun. It's clean, it's objective, and it sounds highly professional.
But watch how this structure has to dynamically shift when you're apologizing for a specific past action, or maybe a mistake made by the staff. You can't just throw a noun in here anymore. You must use a gerund, a verb ending in ing. The formula becomes subject plus am or are sorry for or apologize for plus that verb ing. So, we are very sorry for keeping you waiting, or we apologize for sending me incorrect document. That ing is absolutely crucial here to properly address the action.
Okay, please pay really close attention to this next point, because it's a super tricky grammatical trap that it's just so easy to miss. If your subject is plural, like we, you say, we apologize. Simple enough. But if you use a singular subject that represents the company, like the hotel or the agency, you absolutely must remember the third-person suffix. It becomes the hotel apologizes. Missing that S completely shatters the professional illusion, so always double-check your subject agreement.
And that brings us to the final stage of our timeline, Section 4, Pillar 3, Immediate Solutions, and the amazing power of will.
Here is your structural blueprint for proposing an immediate solution. Subject plus the modal verb will plus the verb in its base or bare infinitive form. Now, why the bare infinitive? Well, because these are spontaneous decisions being made right there during a live conflict. You aren't reading off some planned schedule. When a tourism professional promises a quick fix right on the spot to resolve a complaint, English speakers always use will to show instant commitment. Let's see how this builds into practical application. We're mapping specific hospitality crises directly to their corresponding immediate solutions using a spontaneous resolution matrix. If the deficiency is an overbooked room, your promise is, we will change your room now. If it's an administrative mistake, I will check the booking file. And if it's an escalating conflict, I will call the manager. Subject, will, base verb. It is a perfect calming resolution every single time.
Now, I want to issue a massive warning here about a critical A2 level pitfall. Entering the danger zone by saying, I am going to, is a huge mistake when you're handling an on-the-spot customer complaint. Think about it. Going to implies a slower, pre-planned schedule. Using will, on the other hand, shows the client that you are taking professional, immediate command to solve the problem right this very second. It projects authority and speed, which is exactly what an angry guest needs to hear to calm down. So, the crucial point is, conflict resolution isn't about panicking. It's just about following the grammar. You now have the complete roadmap, actively validating feelings in the present tense, delivering structured formal apologies, and commanding immediate solutions using will. By confidently applying these exact linguistic tools, you can completely control the room and de-escalate the situation. I'll leave you with this question. Will you use these 3 pillars to transform your next angry customer into a truly loyal guest? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll see you next time.